Hey guys, ThatGuy Gaming here with some more Dragon Block C, and today what I was gonna do, if you can't see by the title, there's 3 new races that are being announced, and I figured I'd discuss them a little bit because, hold on, let me just adjust my mic a bit, and there's 3 new races announced, and I figured I'd go over them. Uh, yeah, just go over them because they're new races. The Dragon Black Sea mod is actually taking a new form. Like, so much is being discussed. Let's just get into this. So the first race I was gonna talk about was the Zarbon's race. And the name for his species, it's a made-up name, but it seems to fit with Zarbon's race. The Carbonians. The Carbonians. So, obviously that's not actually what the Zarbon's race is called, but it sounds pretty legit, so that's what the developers are going to go with. Carbonians. And with this race, there's only one transformation, and that is the larger form of Zarbon, the one that looks more like an alligator. And what is going on in the chat? And basically, what happens with his race is when he transforms into his first form, or his second form, I guess you'd call it, since his first form is his normal form, and then his second is that larger form, the alligator. And the only thing that increases is not exactly any of his spiritual side, his mind, his willpower, his constitution. None of that will be increased. It'll pretty much stay the same. The only thing that changes is his size and the amount of damage he is capable of producing. His strength, his dexterity, and I think his health might be increased when you transform. There's really no negatives to the Zarbon race. It even says it in the place I got this information from. But the only thing is, being a transformation, it will require more ki to sustain that form, and so that's the only negative of the Zarbon race. And I'm kind of excited for it. It seems like a really interesting race to come out. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure the only thing that really caught my attention of to why this is going to be a thing, why Zarbon's race is getting his own race, is because no one really gave a, hold on a second. So back to what I was saying. Zarbon's race is Zarbon is actually quite an interesting character because one thing, he has a transformation. Not every villain or just character in general has a transformation. Yeah, a lot of them do. Just the Saints have a transformation. Namekians kind of do, kind of, not really. I mean, you can't do anything, no transformation in the mod, but like, they're they can still like have that fusion thing where they fuse other Namekians with themselves. And then there's Frieza's race, the Arcosians, who suppress their power by devolving. And yeah, so that's that. Their transformations basically bring them to what they normally have their power at. And then I guess Majin, that's gonna be one of the races to come out. But you know, they kind of have a transformation since they can take the power of another being and make it theirs. Like with Boo, he was able to become Super Boo with Gohan and Gotenks and Piccolo and all that stuff. And then he absorbed Vegito, but didn't transform. And then there's like Small Boo. But getting off the Boo subject, Zarbon is insane. He, you think Dodoria went down super easily by Vegeta when they were on Namek, but then Zarbon transformed and took Vegeta out in a few seconds. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that Vegeta was tired after all that. He didn't seem tired when he was doing all that. I mean, he's a Saiyan. He's built to destroy, to kill. He's a Saiyan prince who spent his entire life killing and taking over worlds. The fact that Zarbon was able to just transform, and so Zarbon, he's a pretty interesting character, even though he got taken out real easily after reviving Vegeta. So there's that race under the belt. The next race is the BioAndroid. And what that is, it's basically Cell's race. He is not a normal android. He is able to adapt to consume other forms of power to increase his own. And he, well, I'm just gonna refer to it. Is gonna have two transformations: the semi-perfect form and the perfect form. And these will be permanent transformations. I'm really excited for that. I don't know how designing will be, but I could just see it being a very interesting race to become because first of all, you get your normal form, and you won't be able to uh, absorb any actually, it's what I'm reading here is, yeah, I've got the information on these transformations for the BioAndroids. They cannot make any of their stats go higher than 45 until they transform. So you're stuck as your normal bio form as soon as you pick that race. You can't go above 45 on all your stats until you absorb. Let's read here. Hold on. And then they will have the choice of whether like to absorb Android 16, 17, or 18, 19, or 20. That's from the movie Android 13, 14, 15. Sorry, I should have read this closer. I read it twice, and then I'm reading it a third time just to get my facts straight. But so you'll be able to absorb an android and gain its power and be able to transform. That will be then you'll become the second transformation of a BioAndroid. And you're permanently stuck like that. I don't know if that's such a bad thing or a good thing if you like to be weaker or like to transform. Because I don't know about you, but I like to transform on and off whenever I feel like it and not constantly be stuck like that. That's my own opinion. Unless you want to always be powerful. That's your thing. But with that said, you then get all your stats to... Oh, this is interesting. After absorbing an android, the player will get a boost by 10 in each stat that fall in their classification. So every android has something unique about them, is what I'm getting at here. So, meaning if you absorb Super Android 13, okay, so Android 13 is going to be a thing. Hopefully. These are all just assumptions of what could be. And so Super Android 13, you get 10 plus 10 to every stat, since he absorbs the parts of what, Android 11 and 12 or something, or 14, 15. I don't remember. I honestly don't. But then with the third transformation, the final form, you absorb Android 18 or 17. I don't know if it matters with the order. It doesn't exactly say, but you can reach your final form and then bring all your stats to 120, which is the max. So that's the BioAndroid. It's kind of complicated, and I literally tried my hardest to make it make sense. Every time I try to read this to make sense of it myself, I'm just like, okay, what did I just read? So, BioAndroid, interesting idea, and hopefully it becomes a thing. But again, the third race is the Majin race. There's so much talk about the Majin race. So many people want it to be a real race. It will be in time. The developers just have to get an understanding of how it will work, how it'll keep balance between um everyone, because we can't have a race that's so overpowered and everyone is just that race. Obviously, with a new race coming out, everyone will be that race anyways, unless they want to stay as strong as they are, if they don't think they can bring themselves up to that. So, I'm not going to go into too much detail of the Majin race, because I think I already went into some detail about it when I was doing my Fusions episode. By the way, you should go check that out. It was a really interesting episode. Lots of things discussed. Moving on. A couple possible races is the Dodoria race. Um, Again, not giving him or her too much credit. Uh, was one of Frieza's lieutenants, so why not give them credit? There's got to be a reason for giving them some form of character. So if you think Dodoria was a good character, you'll be able to be them or it, or I don't know what Dodoria was. And then another another race is like Raccoon's race. I don't know. He wasn't human, obviously. He obviously wasn't, but it never explains what he is. Obviously, like each one of the Ginyu Force members. So, there's gonna be Raccoon's race, Jace race, Birder race, Ginyu race. They all have their specific traits that make them what they are. Like Raccoon is seriously strength heavy, so he's gonna be based around strength. Birder is based around speed. You're gonna want to get your dexterity up. Jace, I think he's more about willpower, to be honest. He's not a very physical attacker. He can do some damage, even though he seemed rather weak when he was fighting Vegeta. And he never fought Goku, so, like, he was a pretty useless character. Like, the only thing he was there for was being another member. Ginyu, he's going to be a possible race. She'll be able to be a purple guy. He's an intelligent one, so I think he's going to be rather balanced between strength and willpower. That's just an assumption. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. But that's the only thing I can come up with for that. Also, the demons and ogres in Otherworld, in in the show. Like, you'll be able to be a demon or an ogre, maybe like Deborah or something. Like Deborah, not Deborah. How's that? And this is probably the most interesting one that most people are probably gonna go crazy over. Is the Beerus the cat race? You'll be able to actually be Beerus. Thinking of that is amazing. You'll be able to be a god. um, but another weird race here, the pool race. I honestly don't understand why you'd want to be a pool. A pool is one of those incredibly weak workers. Why would you want to be that? I mean, I don't know what. I guess it's to have more options. Everyone wants an option. I'm not gonna judge, but it just seems confusing to me why you'd want to be a pool. Um, Kaioshin's race. I have no idea what that is. Leave a comment down below to tell me what it is, because I honestly have no idea. I could look it up, which I'm probably going to do, but I probably won't understand what it is or who is it and stuff. But yeah, so I believe that's all the races that are being said right now. These are all just possibilities. Some of these are most likely the ones that I had to give a description on, like Zarbon's race, the BioAndroid, and the Majin race. Those are all going to be races definites. I'm pretty sure that is. And I don't know when they're going to come out. I can't say that. I'm not an admin. I do not get any information about these things. All I do is keep up with the blogs said by the developers. That's the best I can do. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with this mod. I am excited for all this. Like, there's going to be so much brought out. But one other subject I wanted to tackle before I end this is a couple key revisions. What that means is in the dev blogs. Basically, there's going to be some attacks that you can learn from people, from NPCs, that'll make you a bit more happy. We all know that one attack that Vegeta did when he attacked Cell after Trunks was killed. Ooh, spoilers. Trunks dies twice. But the barrage ability. I've tried to mimic this before. It didn't work because it just goes down too fast. You lose too much energy before you get this satisfactory of so many barrages. So what's going to be happening is there's going to be an NPC you can buy the barrage from, and you'll be able to just spam key attacks just like Vegeta did in that one episode. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That really awesome moment where he just loses it. He doesn't care about anything, and he just attacks. I think that was a cool moment, and I'm glad they're taking that and trying to make it a thing in the Dragon Block C in Minecraft. So that's one of the moves. Another weird move, the Spiral Beam, the Piccolo's two-finger attack. It's gonna be a beam in the middle with a twist to it. I feel like they tried making it, but the outer beam isn't gonna really do anything. What I think they're actually gonna do to it is increase the damage to it. So like what it says here, if you are a warrior, it'll do like 3,000 damage on a direct hit. And it's going to be a fair cooldown, charge time. Explosive is always going to be a thing. So if you want to make it explosive, go ahead. the density isn't really gonna matter too much. Ooh, what's this? Okay, it's nothing. It's just a reference. But density really doesn't matter. The next move is the Ray. Like, there's many versions of the Ray, like Dodon Ray, Frieza's Death Ray, Death Beam. But that's gonna be a possible key attack you can get. And my dog is going crazy. I will be right back. Okay, after saving my dog from destruction and stuff. So with the Ray, I said there was many forms of it. What they're gonna do again is increase the damage of it. It's not gonna be one of those high maintenance attacks. It's gonna be like a low key cost. It's gonna do some damage, quite a bit of damage. Really low cooldown speed, and cast time. Density, it's actually brought down to 5 because it's not that strong of an attack, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. But I think that's pretty much it. There's really nothing more that is being said right now. I mean, of course, I'm gonna keep myself updated with what's going on for right now. And I'm like trying to think and read, see if there's anything I left out. Of course, I couldn't really describe what's going on. This is the best I could do. Don't judge. I just wanted to get the information out that there's progress with this mod right now. And if you're as excited as I am, then you'll accept it. You'll want to find out any information about it as you can. The one thing I can tell you is it's hopefully going to be coming soon, all these updates. The mod's getting updated every day, along with, like, I don't know if you are a Naruto fan or a Dragon Ball fan or both, you know. There is a Naruto C mod that's not being updated too much because there's not as many Naruto fans as there are Dragon Ball fans. But yeah, so a lot is going on with the Dragon Ball C mod. Be grateful. And that's it. That's all I can really explain right now. If there's some more updates, I will fill you in the best I can. But for right now, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was informative. Again, if you want to just read everything that I've said today, I'll leave a link in the description to show you what I was talking about, and maybe it'll give you a bit of a clearer idea of what was going on. But those are the races, those are the moves. And I'm excited, you're excited, I hope. But until next time, I will see you all later. Peace.